Okay, we are on the play for the first round. Okay, we got some interesting decisions here. As I keep saying, War Charger levels up well. Um, Battle Droid is an interesting question to put to our opponent. Um, can you handle a 5/1 that requires a 6 power creature to kill? Um, we do not have ways to buff its toughness, which is one of the best things to do with a Battle Droid. I think the War Charger is likely to be better. The Hound would be nice, but it's kind of awkward to play it when you can't get any value. All right, so Stonefist Giant, I would love to get rolling here. Ditto Light Shield Patrol and Nargath Bruiser. Bruiser is just solid enough that I'm probably going to play that. It depends. Okay, sorry. Bruiser is one way I could buff the Warwalker. Totally forgot about Bruiser. Okay, so Bruiser will make one of these two trades turn out favorably. I think I'm going to buff the Bruiser just because that trade is going to happen sooner. War Charger, I'll move out of the way. We'll get in the damage first, so that favors us slightly. And Stonefist Giant, I just want to have leveled up. Getting some pretty good level 2 creatures into the deck, which will be nice for the reshuffle. This is less impressive. Likely going to be a Primordial and Giant, which is okay, but it's certainly not worth writing home about. I could see myself play a Jetpack depending. I guess Mystic's fine. Again, really depends. Okay, so even these two will trade. Okay. Pyre Song's fine. I'm going to move the War Chargers to get the damage in. Volcanic Giant will eat the opponent War Charger fine. And Primordial's worth leveling up. So everything's still looking fine. Every trade is at least favorable, or is at least, every trade is at least even. Like in Sentry, like in Matrix Ward. The only reason I play Metasight is that Force Field was very, very good. Force Field let me keep something alive that otherwise would have a problem or something. But most likely just going to play Sentry and Warden. Warden will let me buff one of the creatures that can hopefully move and deal some damage to the opponent directly. Okay, so that's trading. I could Metasight Force Field to keep my creature. That feels a bit aggressive. I'm just going to play Warden, make this trade work out well, and play Sentry in the corner. So again, I'm trying to only play creatures that I like seeing at level 2 or later. Thankfully, the Seismic Adept is not level gated, so it can move opponents' creatures even if the creatures are higher level than the Adept. So despite having a small body, it will still have potential for use mid to late game. Windborne Hellion is not terrible just because we have a Primordial on the field, but I'm probably looking at Adept plus Nexus Pilot. We shall see. Again, Light Shield Patrol is good, but it really has to be good on the board, which means either Tactician, General, or an opponent's creature that it can trade okay with. If I had the Patrol out, I could then hope to find one of those other cards, but it feels risky to just hope for that. Alright, so my opponent's Mystic dies and triggers, but it doesn't do anything extra, so that's fine. Is it worth like jetpacking or something for the Matrix Warden? I don't think so. I think I'm going to play Nexus Pilot in the middle, give a nice pressuring creature. And the Seismic Adept will stay alive, if barely, and hopefully be alive to be able to use his ability. Alright, so, again, awkward with the Tactician, but there are things I would probably rather play than the Tactician anyway here. So, 1624 versus 1518 with mobility versus 1421. Probably going to play the Giant here. It seems like it maybe slightly best, especially since our lanes are going to be full enough that the mobility is less relevant. I'm not playing the Tactician unless my opponent clears my center lane for me. Which would be awfully nice of him or her. 3 Agavas. Okay, my opponent seems to be facing a difficult decision. It would be nice if heavy artillery and other similar cards had obvious card, like evolution. There should be way more cannons on the 3rd level. It's kind of the purpose of the whole game. Okay, so my opponent does clear the center lane, theoretically. I could Bruiser to keep it alive. I could, if I artillery, it will not, to keep it alive for longer, rather. If I artillery, it will not actually trade. And actually, if I Bruiser, it will only do 3 damage a turn, and it will not stay alive long enough. So what I think I'm going to do is let that creature die, and then replace it with something that can finish the bargain. Probably the Giant. Although the War Charger would be nice because it could then move. I guess I could have moved it before. That was silly of me. That's okay. Still learning things. Giant there is fine. $8.11 versus $9.12. I think I will go ahead and take the War Charger here. Mobility is being nice and keeping my options over, and it's getting in some nice damage. There's multiple sentries are kind of a pain. I can trade the +5, so that's 13. So that will trade. Yeah, so that looks right. Wildfire Maiden will eat the baby giant and stay alive. Otherwise, I could get in Mystic to deal a little bit of damage. But I think Maiden's probably actually best here. Get an 18 damage. That's nice. Okay, so Maiden can deal her damage to a player, which is something I've not played with Maiden enough to be sure of, but that is nice. So I can always do that if this looks like the damage will otherwise be pretty irrelevant. Mating can also deal her damage to kill off the giant. That's not bad. Or to this War Charger, which is probably actually going to be more of a pain. So, gonna go ahead and do my 13 damage. Kill off the War Charger. Play my Sentry. Get my Magma Hand leveled up. Okay. Hard to ask for a better set of cards than this. Nexus Pilot is very good, but it's not better than these other creatures. I could consider Wildfire Maiden if I get my opponent low enough But that seems pretty unlikely. They would be better than Sentry or War Charger. Wow, Tactician has to go non-middle lane just to trade off. That's gotta hurt. Jetpack's actually not unreasonable to get the Sentry out of the way of the Colossus, but I think again, it's probably best just to get my higher leveled Sentry going. That extra 9 damage will probably be more than made up for by having both Sentries out. Matrix Warden on Wildfire Maiden is cute. Okay, so that's actually lethal. The other way is 2. But... no, the other way is not. But, like I said, Wildfire Maiden can deal damage directly to the opponent, which won the game. So that's nice. And I got some silver and stuff for my troubles. Alright, I'll be back with the next game.